Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into a tool that is quite literally dismantling a daily internet habit for millions of us. It's absolutely fascinating to look at this right now because we might just be witnessing a massive structural shift in how humans actually find information, and it's happening right before our eyes.
I want you to think about this number for just a second, 25. Because for 25 straight years, whenever we had a question, we all did the exact same thing, didn't we? We opened Google, typed in a few clunky keywords, and got handed 10 blue links. And then the real work started. You're clicking, you're reading, scrolling, comparing sources, just crossing your fingers that the answer you actually need is buried somewhere in there. And honestly, nobody really questioned it. It was just how the internet worked. Well, until now.
So let's jump straight into Chapter 1, the end of Google's monopoly.
Look at how insanely fast this shift is happening. A 4-year-old startup called Perplexity AI is now processing over 1 billion search queries every single month in 2026. They've got 45 million active users, just crossed $450 million in annualized revenue, and the company is now valued at a staggering $20 billion. I mean, they literally tripled their query volume in less than a year. This isn't just some fleeting tech trend. We are looking at a fundamental shift in human behavior.
Which brings us to Chapter 2, Meet Perplexity AI.
So, Perplexity was launched in 2022. It was founded by Aravind Srinavis and this brilliant team of researchers who came directly from the world's most advanced AI labs, like OpenAI and Google DeepMind. They looked at the landscape and had one incredibly ambitious mission: fix search. You see, Google search was built way back in 1998 for an internet that had, thousands of pages. Today, the internet contains over 5 billion web pages. Expecting a user to manually sift through a list of 10 links out of 5 billion possibilities is just totally outdated.
Instead of throwing a list of links at you, basically a link retrieval system, and making you do all the reading, Perplexity just does the heavy lifting for you. You type a question in plain English, the AI searches the live web in real time, reads the most relevant sources, synthesizes the information, and delivers one direct, clearly cited answer. No blue links to click through, no digging through paragraph 14 of some random blog post to find what you need, just the answer, with the proof right there.
Let's move on to Chapter 3, Perplexity versus Google Search.
Now, to be fair, Google still completely rules in sheer breadth, handling a massive 8.5 billion daily queries for things like local search, shopping, and maps. But Perplexity decisively wins where it counts for serious inquiries. Independent benchmarks show Perplexity hits a 92% factual accuracy rate on real-time queries. For comparison, ChatGPT scores about 87% on those same tests. And we've all seen Google's AI overviews face public incidents of generating totally incorrect answers. Plus, Perplexity is entirely ad-free, whereas Google weaves ads into over 25% of its AI-generated results. Critically, Perplexity gives you full transparency. Every single claim has a numbered footnote linked directly to the source.
But here's the thing, they aren't just a search bar anymore. They are building a whole ecosystem. Their deep research tool is phenomenal. You give it a complex task like compare the regulatory environments for AI in the US, EU, and China, and it will plan a strategy, read dozens of sources, and hand you a comprehensive report in minutes. It actually outperformed Google DeepMind's own benchmarks. Then there's Comet, their free AI-native web browser from late 2025, where every tab acts like a workspace. They've also rolled out spaces for collaborative team research, and Perplexity Health, which securely connects your medical records for highly personalized answers.
Perhaps the most ambitious feature of all, though, is the Perplexity computer. This takes things from just searching to actually doing. It's literally an autonomous AI agent that operates your computer on your behalf. Imagine just typing in plain English, "Book me a flight from Mumbai to Delhi next Friday under 5,000 rupees," or "Find all my emails from this client and summarize the key decisions." The AI actually navigates the websites, fills out the forms, and clicks the buttons for you, right while you watch.
All right, Chapter 4. Why people are switching.
The adoption pattern we're seeing across multiple surveys is incredibly consistent, and it's coming from some of the most demanding internet users out there. Students and academics are jumping ship because deep research gives them cited summaries in minutes. Software engineers are reporting that it cuts their technical documentation research time in half. Journalists and fact-checkers, they are completely abandoning Google's vague AI overviews because having a direct, verified link to an original source is absolutely essential for their work. Business analysts are using it for competitive intelligence, and honestly, everyday users are switching simply because they're frustrated with ads and just want faster, cleaner answers.
Which leads us perfectly into Chapter 5, Google's billion-dollar dilemma.
Make no mistake, Google is definitely fighting back. They've rolled out AI overviews globally to imitate Perplexity's core format, and they launched Gemini Canvas to turn search into an interactive workspace. But they face a staggering $230 billion problem. That's roughly how much Google earns in a year, and the vast majority of that massive revenue depends entirely on one single thing: search advertising. They need you to click those sponsored links. And this creates a fundamental conflict of interest. Think about it. Every time Google's AI gives you a perfect direct answer, you don't click through to a website, which means Google loses an ad impression. The better their AI gets at answering your questions, the less money they make. Perplexity doesn't have this problem at all. They made a deliberate decision from day one to be completely ad-free. Their incentives are perfectly aligned with giving you the best possible answer because their business model relies on users finding enough value to pay for a $20 a month Pro subscription. They've even partnered with companies like Telkomsel in Indonesia to offer Pro for as little as $2.30, which really shows their global ambition.
Finally, Chapter 6, The Future of Search.
So the big question, is Google search actually dying? Well, the short answer is no. A platform processing 8.5 billion daily queries is for sure not in decline. But its absolute monopoly over our internet habits, that is absolutely ending. For the first time in 25 years, highly productive internet users aren't choosing between the two. They're actually using both. We use Google for navigating to a local coffee shop, checking maps, or doing some quick shopping. But we are increasingly turning to Perplexity for serious, verified research. And honestly, research is kind of what search was always meant to be for in the first place, right? The core philosophy behind this whole shift really comes down to one simple truth. Once expectations shift in technology, they rarely shift back. Users have realized that answers to their most important questions shouldn't be shaped by which company paid the highest bid for advertising space. Once you experience getting a direct, cleanly cited answer with actual proof, going back to scrolling through 10 blue links filled with pop-ups ads, it just feels completely archaic. The expectation of what a search engine should do has changed forever.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to experience this disruption for yourself. It's incredibly easy to get started. Step 1, just head over to Perplexity.ai. It's completely free to try on their basic tier. Step 2, ask the next research question you would normally ask Google, but just type it exactly as you would speak to a real person. It even supports 46 languages, so go for it. And step 3, simply notice how totally different it feels to instantly get a cited, direct answer instead of a page of links that you have to go investigate yourself.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder the next time you open your browser to search for something. The question isn't really if Perplexity will replace Google completely, but rather exactly how much of Google's territory will Perplexity claim. Can Goliath adapt a $230 billion ad-dependent business model quickly enough? Or is this highly focused, hyper-efficient David about to take over the way the world finds truth on the internet? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep questioning how you learn,